probably got on self-improvement and you started delaying gratification and working on your purpose and achieving your goals. And Islam will 10x your self-improvement progress. Let me explain. First, Islam will help you discover your purpose. Probably struggled in discovering your purpose and kept journaling and thinking and looking at your goal. But Islam gives you that purpose. We believe that after we die and end this first life, we're gonna have the end of the world. And after it, we will separate. Some humans will go to heaven and some humans will go to hell. It's basically like a balance. If you got more hasanat, you're gonna get to heaven. If you got more sayyat, which is basically sins, you're gonna get to hell. So your deepest purpose should be to get into heaven. Because I don't know about you, but you don't want to get to hell. So every goal you're trying to achieve should lay with the purpose of getting to heaven. For example, I want to improve myself so I can attract a high value woman who will raise my kids perfectly and they will do some good stuff to the world after I die. So God will reward you for that intention. And second, Islam will help you skyrocket your discipline. In Islam, we basically have these 5 pillars. First, Shahadatan, which is basically a phrase that you say when you get on Islam. That's like the easy one. And second, we have 5 prayers a day, and each prayer takes up around 5 to 10 minutes, and you have to do wudu before them. So you're not gonna sit there all day on your chair editing your YouTube videos. And these prayers really helped me schedule my time. It even gave me deadlines for my work. For example, I'll set the goal to render a video before I go to Salat of Maghrib. So that was really huge to be more productive and take control of my time. And third, fasting Ramadan. This is basically a whole month where we fast from an hour before sunrise till the sunset. We don't even drink any water. This one thing will skyrocket your discipline and your skill to delay gratification, unless you're not sleeping all the morning like we're doing. And we do zakat. It's not really hard, but it's basically giving money to poor in the Eid. And finally, Hajj. You're obliged to do this once in your life, which is basically going to Mecca in Saudi Arabia and keep praying for that whole month. I'm not sure what to specifically do, but it's hard. You have to climb hills and go to some certain places and keep going around the Kaaba like thousands, millions of times. So it's basically like radiant level of discipline. And third, almost all instant gratification habits in Islam are a sin, which are basically drinking alcohol, eating pork, sex outside marriage, doing drugs, fapping, watching porn, and smoking. So this by itself will 10x your commitment to curing all your addictions. Even better, rely on God to help you on that process, like I did with my fapping addiction. I cured it in like 2 weeks. But these sinful activities will not be sins in heaven. So you're basically delaying even the instant gratification habits. But it's obviously the halal version of them. For example, in heaven there is rivers of alcoholic drink, but it doesn't have alcohol. It's not gonna make you drunk. It's like the best tasting one of them. And fourth, Islam gives you values to live with. You probably heard this phrase, "Oh, find your values, bro," thousands of times in the entrepreneur business industry. But how the fuck could you discover your values? You'll have to keep journaling for months and you will not even discover them. But why waste time? Islam already gave you those values that you should live with. For example, be patient, never lie, respect your parents and give back to them. Treat people like you will treat yourself. Don't cheat or steal from others in any way, and give to poor and be friendly with them. And these are like the 5% of the values that Prophet Muhammad and God told us to live with. This is why I'm not gonna listen to dating advice or watch videos about 10 values to stick with as an entrepreneur. So how can you get on Islam? First, you have to start reading Quran. I'm not gonna be able to convince you to get on Islam by just these self-improvement tips, because you know how much sacrifice you need to do for your religion. You have to start reading Quran by yourself, get convinced the right way, because there is so much to know about Islam and Quran. So I'm just trying to open your mind to it and make you consider it. And if you're Christian and believe in Jesus and his mother Maryam, I 100% advise you to read Surah Maryam. And every time I hear this surah, I say, if all Christians read this surah, they will instantly get to Islam. because it's so obvious and clear and destroy the misunderstandings that Christians have about Jesus and his mother. I'll probably link in the description the English version of Surah Maryam. And second, after you started reading Quran and got convinced to get on Islam, you're gonna start doing the 5 pillars of Islam. So first, Shahadatan. This is basically the phrase that will get you to Islam, where you admit that you believe in God and forfeit Muhammad everything that is written in the Quran. Go search for Shahadatan in Google because you'll probably struggle to say it. And second, obviously do the 5 prayers. And it's a whole complicated process and you basically have to do wudu after them. So I'll probably link a video on how to start praying here. And in those prayers, once a week we have like a special prayer, which is basically Salat of Jumu'ah, and you're obliged to go to the mosque to do that prayer. But if you live in a foreign country, you're rarely gonna be finding a mosque. So I'm not sure how can you replace that special prayer with. You have to go search for this by yourself. Third, fasting Ramadan. I've already talked about this month and I think it's like 4 months from now, so go search for its date in your country. And fourth, doing zakat, which is basically giving a little amount of money to poor after the month of Ramadan. Again, you have to search for this for your foreign countries. And finally, Hajj. You're obliged to do this once in your life if you have the money to travel and go to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. And again, it's a whole complicated process, so search for it when you're going to do Hajj. So after you've done those 5 obligations that God told us to do in Islam, you're gonna stop doing the things that God obliged us to not to do. Which, as I said, are basically sex before marriage, drinking alcohol, eating pork, fapping, watching porn, or killing and hurting others, and smoking. But if you're not living in a Muslim country or not living in a Muslim family, it's gonna be so hard for you to stick to these obligations and stop doing those sinful activities. Because everyone around you is partying, doing casual sex, drinking and doing drugs, and even your family is drinking and eating pork. And that's why you gotta try to get your family with you to Islam. So just tell your parents and your brothers, start reading Quran, show them what convinced you to get on Islam. Because if you get your family on your side, it will be 10 times easier to do your obligations and quit those sins. Ask me some questions in the comment if you want. And as always, there is no time when you're ready to take action.